I will say we're happy to be joined by Action News
Yes.
Now reporter Laura Ang, because we sent Laura up yesterday. We here in the newsroom, we needed to take you. You live in Chico, but we needed
Yes.
you up in Redding yesterday when the fire had blown up overnight to 20,000 acres. So we thought we need to get more reporters up there in Redding. You didn't know that you wouldn't be coming back till Friday.
No, not at all. That's really barely scraping the surface. I mean, I packed my bags usually with the typical fire equipment items. You have water, you have sunscreen, you have some snacks. But when I got there and I called you guys, it really was just incredible. You can't imagine how bad it is, truly, until you're on the fire lines. I mean, just seeing the smoke there, and right before my 5 o'clock hit, as you might remember there, I just remember seeing a giant wall of fire coming towards me just behind the trees there, and the sense of urgency from the firefighters, but also their steel focus there that was so commendable there, just seeing their hard work on the front lines.
And I say that we're happy to see Laura because she
Yeah.
was one of our 3 reporters who were up there near Whiskeytown reporting on the fire yesterday.
Yes.
And the scene you described, we're like, we got to get them to safety.
Right.
And sure enough, you guys were trapped for a while on 299.
It was a surreal experience. I was truly terrified, but I was comforted by the fact that I was staying in constant communication with the newsroom, with my colleagues, Elizabeth Celedon and Mario Montalvo. We were out there, and there was one point where I reached a roadblock, and the CHP told me, you can't go straight, you can't go to the right. And I said, I can't go backwards because a tree fell down behind me. And so it just really painted a picture there where I didn't know if I was ever going to get out. But thankfully I did, and thankfully I did. We moved over to 299 near the Whiskeytown Lake Recreation Center, and I got to spend some time there reunited with Mario and Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
I think it's just a testament of how fast it was. Like, our whole point is not to be part of the story, but then you guys became a part of the story.
Absolutely.
But that's just a representation of just how fast this fire became.
Absolutely. I remember speaking with Alan on the phone, and of course, thank you for staying in contact with us and making sure that we got out of there safely. I just remember kind of you were checking on me to see, like, how was I doing, how was I feeling in that moment there, and it's just we were all calm, collected.
Yeah.
Something about it I can't explain, where just there's this steel focus, knowing that we had to get the coverage out there.
Let's talk about last night, because you guys made it safely back, and we've been talking about this over and over again. You made it safely back to Redding.
Yes.
Until Redding wasn't safe anymore.
Exactly.
And so what was it like reporting the news from Redding last night, but also just being in the midst of this crazy, surreal experience of what was going down there?
It was honestly like a scene out of a movie, to take
Yeah.
Elizabeth's words. I mean, the sky was just painted this neon orange, pink color, and of course we were following up with the Redding reporters who had concerns of whether or not they had to evacuate their own homes. And so it was very stressful just trying to be there for our own reporters, but also seeing that long line of traffic going down the highway there and just hoping that everyone gets to where they need to be safely. It was just surreal. It's the best way to put it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Laura.
Thank
We're
you.
going to send you home to get some rest, and we're
Yes.
going to send you back up to Redding tomorrow.
I can't wait.
Yeah, so get some rest. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
Well, NBC News reporter Jay Gray has more on the fire damage in Redding and how weather conditions across the strike zone could get worse through the weekend.